Oh my goodness. I mean, core wrestling memory, core life memory just happened for me. Trent Hidley, world champion. Where do we begin? John Kozak. He was down 8. He stormed back, gets the match-winning 4 in the last 13 seconds. Can you believe it? John, talk me through those opening exchanges.
Yeah, I think everyone felt like Trent Hidley was the favorite going into this.
Yes.
But Gaji Magomedov was super tricky to finish on. So Trent starts the way he always does, punch the under, try to run through, and that kind of plays right into Gaji Magomedov's game. I don't know if it was a head pinch.
It was a chest wrap.
Chest wrap takes him over for 4 right off the bat. And so
Yeah.
immediately you're like, oh no, that's not good. And then Trent gets in again, and almost the same thing happens. I think it was just...
He's almost lifting, and then he can't quite, and then he takes him through. And, you could relitigate those calls and say maybe Trent was entitled to more and could have been for Trent to Russia, but ultimately the score was the score.
Yeah, it was.
And he had to deal with it.
It ended up being like 8-2, and then another sequence happens where Trent gets in and chest wrap again. Trent gets taken over. They initially call it 2 for Trent, and it was 10-2.
Yes.
And Trent it goes 10-4. We challenge it.
Yes.
We win the challenge, but we lose 2 points. And so Trent is now losing 10-2. I'm sitting here thinking, oh man, we're gonna lose. That's gonna be the match. That's gonna be a tech fall. That's gonna be it. That's how Trent is gonna lose. But fortunately, 10-2 only.
10-2 only, and it was one of those matches where he was getting in on so many good attacks. You just felt like as long as we don't get, I literally remember thinking this and that. We just don't get teched. As long as we're not teched, it feels like at the end of the second period we were going to have enough.
Yeah.
And then the second period starts.
It was 10-5.
Yeah.
10-5.
At the end of the first, So he got a key. How did he get those 3 points? He got a takedown and I think maybe a step out. Is how it would have had to have gone. And so 10-5, you're going into it and you're feeling kind of good actually going into that second period, only being down 5, the way it started, and then the pace kind of slowed down a little bit, and it got me a little concerned. I was sort of worried. I was like, man, I was really expecting him to start to fall off at that point.
Is Trent too tired? Does he have enough left in the tank?
Yes. He took a little bit of time to get things going, and then starts to get more scores going, and gets it to 10-9. He's clawing back, and then he just needs. He needs not 1 point. 1 point he's still down because of the 4. He's got to get to 11. Gets on the shot, head up, hips in, drops him down for 4, and takes the lead. And he had nothing. Russia had nothing left for him. It took every ounce of energy. It took every thing lining up right after he got down 8 points. And Trent Hidley just like reminds me a little of the Snyder Gadisov kind of moment. Just one of those classic American victories, hard fought, grit, and just to see, we saw kind of a different temperament from Trent Hidley in victory there, right?
Yeah, he was emotional. It was almost like
a little not somber, but just like there was weight to the moment. Whereas normally it's like he's looking for a chair to punch or like raise the roof. He didn't raise the roof out there. He was so just falls backwards and just an amazing moment. The crowd was awesome. Just incredible. And Trent Hidley bringing home the second world title for Team USA, just incredible.
Yeah, you should go and watch the interview once it gets up on the site, because he shares a little bit about what he's feeling. He talks about how bad it hurt winning that match. Like he had to really dig deep. He's like very close to tears, and then he also is like, he's like, man, that's kind of like my personality. Like that match, it was just kind of like chaos and crazy on the edge of your seat. Like, oh man, is he gonna win? Is he gonna lose? And it was such a fitting ending for a guy who has been so close to the pinnacle so many times, and to finally do it on the biggest stage is just so cool to see.
Amazing moment, incredible for Team USA. Just to it's going to be a legendary memory for USA Wrestling fans. I'll never forget it. Okay, moving on to other things. All right, where do we want to go?
Kyle Snyder, David Carr.
Let's do Kyle Snyder. Let's kind of work our way down. Kyle Snyder beats Yoshida of Japan, avenging a previous loss, makes the World Finals. And on the other side, an upset, pound for pound, number 1, Ahmed Tazuddin of Bahrain falls to Azar Pira of Iran. And this, coming into the tournament, a shock. coming into that match after watching Tezadinov, I was not
so
surprised.
much.
I thought Azarpira would probably win. And he takes him out. And so now it's Azarpira, Kyle Snyder in the finals.
Yeah, and Azarpira has beaten Snyder the last 2 times they've wrestled. Snyder won the first match. So you feel pretty good about the matchup. And even just looking at Azarpira, he looks good, but not like otherworldly.
No.
This is gonna be a match. It's gonna be a competitive match. I feel like Kyle Snyder's wrestling really well against Yoshida. Kind of had all the answers there. 9-1. He had to wrestle. He had to score points in a different way. Kind of had to scramble through positions.
He did.
And I feel good about where Kyle Snyder's at. It's going to come down to 1 or 2 exchanges. That's the way it feels. To me right now. And Kyle Snyder can win gold in a bracket where I feel like a lot of people were counting Kyle Snyder out.
Yeah, absolutely. So excited for Kyle Snyder tomorrow. Could end the men's freestyle portion with another gold medal, Team USA's 3rd, which would be a great result. David Carr in the bronze medal match against, just heartbreak. 2 straight heartbreakers for David Carr. He falls to Valiev after being up 5-1 pretty late, and then against Auerbach Sidakov, it was like a repeat nightmare of this guy who has ruined so many days for Team USA. Buzzer beater against Jordan in 18, buzzer beater against Jordan in 19, beats Kyle Dake in the finals in 2023, and now add this one to the chapter. David Carr is up 2-1 with 5 seconds to go. There's an exchange on the edge. David is in short offense. Sidakov hits a sucker drag out of it, comes underneath, and gets a step out for 1.
5 seconds left.
With 5 seconds left
crazy.
to take the lead 2-2 criteria. Sidakov really had no answers for David Carr, truly. David Carr was initiating a lot of the offense. He had a deep single leg. He was up in the air. Sidakov did an amazing job. We rewatched it because it's like, how did a knee not touch? And you watch the replay. He really didn't touch. It really was just a 1-point step out. And David Carr, it's funny. My son said this to me before I said it out loud, but he's like, David Carr is going to win a world title, for sure. And it really feels like that is so in the cards for him, that he is right there, and that, Valiev goes down in the finals. We've seen how close he is with Takahashi. It's like this tournament is going to be the thing that takes him forward. I really believe that. I really think David Carr. Now he's got to keep making the team. It's not easy in America to do that. But if you tell me in 2026 David Carr is wrestling in this tournament, he's going to be my pick to win it.
Yeah, he's that good, and he's this close against some of the best guys in the world. So bright future. But man, you hate that he had to experience it and learn that way. So, but you feel like he's a guy that just gets better with a loss, and so he's going to come back better, and you trust that he's going to get to the top of the podium. So
he is unbelievable. So great showing there, and really the 74-kilogram bracket. Valiev falls with injury to Takahashi, and Takahashi of Japan, the world champion there. At 57 kilograms, Roman Bravo Young falls narrowly in the bronze medal match to Haratunian. He was on the match-winning takedown, so close to finishing it, just couldn't get that next knee down, and Haratunian hangs on for bronze. A surprise final at 57 kilograms. Chong Song Han of North Korea ends up winning, taking out an electric freaking match. It was awesome. This guy just went for broke the whole time, and it got him in a big hole. And then it got him out of the hole. He hit a bunch of head pinches, and then eventually, I forgot how he got the final one, but he's just a maniac. Love watching that guy wrestle.
And it's one of the unique things being here in the arena. Kind of won over the fans. After he wins, and he's going around, he's shaking everybody's hand, and the crowd kind of fell in love with him.
They like Chong Song Han. And North Korea, I think there's a sort of a built-in sort of like, man, you kind of feel for anyone that it can't be easy. It cannot be freaking easy to be the best wrestler in the world out of North Korea. That's just a fact. It can't be easy to do. So your imagination runs to like what is in this guy that he was able to do it. It's freaking inspiring. It really is. Even though it's not the American, I want to see Team USA on the top. But man, I can really appreciate what that guy did and what he showed to win. So shout out to him at 57.
Real Woods, Levi Haynes.
Real Woods. Okay, real. He won his first match. That's what he needed to do. He got to Amazad. Amazad did his thing. It was a pretty vintage Amazad match. I still feel like there's ways you could. The way Amazad's feeling right now, he looks kind of vulnerable, but thankfully he made the finals, pulling Real back in, and now Real is in repechage. It's navigable.
He needs to win 2 matches
To get in the bronze match.
to get to bronze. He's got Kyrgyzstan round 1. It's gonna be a tough match. He should win. Maybe I shouldn't say should, but that's definitely a winnable match. And then probably the underdog against Sujit from India. Sujit gave Amuzad everything he could handle.
Oh, that was scary.
I do like the way that Woods matches up against Sujit over wrestling Amuzad.
Oh, certainly.
So I feel like be able to do a little bit more with his offense, his style of wrestling won't be as outmatched in some of the positions. So, yeah, Real Woods, he's got to win 2 matches to make bronze, and if he gets there, I feel like he's the favorite against the Canadian Iranian.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And that might be the easiest match in the path on paper. Who knows if this can be true? Still on the gram, but also back on Connor's camera. We were talking about Amuzad and how tired this guy is. It's got to be cut related. He gets a takedown on the edge, not even close to exposure. 2 is the most he could possibly get. And he wanted a challenge just because he wanted a break, even though he was up 4-0. Like, he wanted a challenge against Real Woods. But he's not feeling good. It's not a matter of not getting in the lace. He cannot feel like that against Kotaro Kyuka.
Yeah, no.
If you feel like that against Kyuka, you're not going to win, period. I don't know if he doesn't know how to rehydrate after weight or if he's just too big. But the guy's special, but he's got to be at his best to beat Kyuka, and we'll see what he can do. So that's the scenario for Real Woods, and we hope he can get some wins going, go on a roll. I think it's in him to do it. I didn't think he looked bad against Amuzad. I think just,
it's a hard matchmatch for him.
It's a hard
really
matchup.
Tough matchup. And the way that he wrestled it, he's just like, all right, I'm throwing everything at him. He kind of just went out and went crazy, which I kind of respect. You want to go down swinging.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit tighter match strategy, and that's a closer match.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like, if he had wrestled the Sujit match first, just in an alternate reality, and you saw how he was feeling, I think you slow it down a little bit and make him kill you in that second period. Make him go really hard in that first period and see how much you can do. But you can't re-wrestle these things twice.
Right.
That's what makes it so hard to freaking win. Okay.
Levi Haynes.
We knew he was in the finals against Kugan Mitsidis of Greece. We knew that was a tough matchup. That guy he's unbelievable. He's really, really good. And just the guys, I mean, if you ever want to show like youth wrestlers, just like fundamental head, hands, positioning, thumb blocking, like Kugan Mitsidis put on a masterclass performance. It wasn't an offensive performance. This is a guy that could score a lot of points. He was taking his ones where he could get them, shot clock, step outs. It was not a lot of scoring. And Levi, I thought he really wrestled a smart match and put himself in positions to win. When he got to the legs, then you saw the hips of Kugan Mitsidis, who was just 23 years old, I think they said.
Yeah.
So this guy was like 20 when he pushed Kyle Dake to the brink, 20 or 21. Dude's really good, and hats off to him. I think Levi Haynes really took got to interview him afterwards, and he's taken it, really positively. He's obviously disappointed he didn't win, but he said, I wrestled well this weekend, and that is an absolute fact. He was, he's not a world champion, but USA is in second place, and we're 1 win away from clinching second place because Levi Haynes, he made up for some points we lost and expected, for sure. And so, great job, bright future. He says he wants to wrestle at U23, so we'll see if that's what he ends up doing.
Okay.
He's like, who knows if plans can change, but right now, he said, I really want to wrestle. He, offered that. So we'll see what he does, but shout out to Levi Haynes, world silver in your first run. That's impressive.
At 21 years old, too.
21. He's a young junior. Okay.
Team race.
Help me.
Team race.
Yes.
We just need 1 win from either Real Woods or Kyle Snyder, and we clinch second over Japan. Iran has already clinched first. They had a great tournament.
They did wrestle well.
7 medals.
They're never happy. The fans on Twitter, you can't make those people happy. They're saying, we did this and that. I'm like, you guys wrestled really well.
Yeah, it could have gone bad. I mean, Gasimpour was a disappointment, but he wasn't the best guy. And then Firuzpour, he was, I think, a lot of Iranians.
They have one crash out with Yazdani. Like we.
Yeah.
We
So, and then women's freestyle is going strong tomorrow. Cristel Rodriguez and Jakara Winchester wrestled today for Team USA. They both went 0-1 and were both eliminated. So, kind of a bummer start, but we got some hammers going
Firepower
tomorrow.
coming.
We got Audrey Jimenez, Helen Maroulis, Macy Kilty, and Kylie Welker. Some of them have some tough draws. Some of them, it's gonna be tough for Audrey, gonna be tough for Macy. Feel good about Helen and Kylie's path, but excited to see them take the mats out here.
Yeah, more wins for sure coming for Team USA on the women's freestyle side. It's all women's freestyle in that early session, other than repechage action, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so we got early on. I think they said Real Woods is the first match on mat A. So you get up early, and Team USA can clinch second place in the very first match.
Let's go, baby.
Okay, is there anything else other than shout out Trent Hidley? Is that it?
Trent Hidley, baby.
Trent
World
Hidley.
champion.
Let's raise it. One time for Trent. See ya.